Good afternoon. Welcome to a 1 o'clock news update. My name is Mark Masai. Kenya has finally selected its representatives to the East Africa Legislative Assembly, IALA. The 9 will be sworn in next week on Monday after the National Assembly and the Senate voted for the representatives as presented, by both Jubilee Party and NASA.
Kenya becomes the last country in East Africa region to submit its members to the East Africa Legislative Assembly. Last evening, the names were settled on after secret balloting that went on late into the night. The Jubilee list has Simon Mbugua, Florence Jematia, Sagon, Aden Mohammed Noor, Mpuri Aburi and Wanjiku Muhia, while NASA is represented by Kennedy Kalonzo, Abdikadir Aden, Dr. Oburu Dinga and Fatuma Ibrahim Ali. Kennedy Kalonzo, the son of NASA co-principal Kalonzo Musyoka, had the highest votes at 309, followed by former Kamkunji Member of Parliament Simon Mbugua at 286 and Florence Jematia at 252. Fatuma Ibrahim had the lowest at 142. Those who lost out to the vote includes NASA Chief Executive Officer Norman Magaya. The legislators will be sworn in next week on Monday for a 5-year term, setting off activities at the Arusha-based assembly. The assembly, which draws its membership from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda and Burundi, legislates on matters touching on the community. It also discusses and approves the budget of the community and considers the annual reports of the community, among other key responsibilities. It has a total of 52 members, 45 elected and 7 ex-officials. Ken Mijungu, NTV.
Now, Kenya leader Martha Karua has moved to the Court of Appeal in Nyeri to challenge a decision by the High Court to dismiss her petition against election of Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru. Karua wants the ruling by Lady Justice Lucy Gitari of Kerugoya High Court set aside, saying the judge was biased in the matter and was applying double standards. The former Justice and Constitutional Minister faulted the judge for capping the cost of the suit at 10 million shillings to her, saying the move and the figure was punitive since the case had not proceeded to hearing. According to the Memorandum of Appeal filed at the Appellate Court Registry in Nyeri through lawyer Gitobwe Manyara, Karua said the judge blundered by striking out the case after conducting a pre-trial conference and fixing dates for hearing of the main suit. In the petition, Karua and her proposed Deputy Governor Gashoko Gitari named Governor Waiguru and the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission as respondents. In the disputed poll results, Governor Waiguru garnered 161,373 votes, while Karua got 122,091 votes. President Uhuru Kenyatta has launched the State of the Judiciary and Administration of Justice report at the Supreme Court. The report was presented by the Chief Justice David Maraga. NTV's Brenda Wanga is covering this particular event, and she now joins us live with the highlights. Brenda?
Well, Mark, you are right indeed. The ceremony that has been happening here at the Supreme Court grounds, the launch of the State of the Judiciary and Administration of Justice report for the year 2016-2017. This event was graced by the CJ, both speakers from Parliament and the Senate, and of course the President Uhuru Kenyatta, who was the guest of honor at this event. That report just highlighting what the judiciary has been able to do in the last 1 year, what it has been able to achieve, how it has moved the access of justice and service delivery to the people, the challenges it has faced, and how it hopes to overcome these challenges as it moves into the next financial year and also actualize on its promise of improved and better service delivery to those who seek the services of the judiciary. The highlights of this event mark, of course, the speech by the President, who has asked the judiciary to be more transparent in its dealings, saying that some of the decisions of the judiciary comes with as a result of cases before it should be explained in a manner that the normal Mwananchi can understand, that they should not always be shrouded in mystery, of course making references, though veiled, to the just concluded election petition that challenged his election in the August saying that they will not always agree with what the judiciary does, but as long as they do that and it is based on the rule of law and they follow the constitution, then they should be able to explain their decisions to the people. The Chief Justice also in his speech maintaining that the judiciary will still be independent regardless of who comes before it. The Chief Justice David Maraga was particularly keen to let it be known to those who are in attendance that government, while will coming before the judiciary sometimes as a plaintiff or the accused, that they will deal with the government just like any other person seeking the services of the judiciary, and that if they do not make their case, then the judiciary will not hesitate to rule against them. And if they do make their case and the judiciary is convinced that they are on the right, then the same will prevail. But largely, Mark, it was a sort of stomping, everybody trying to just mark their territory, the government, the executive saying that, hey, we're here, we will work with you, but you have to work in a way that shows that we are in a relationship that is beneficial to all Kenyans. All the president and the speaker and the chief justice rather saying that both arms of government serve the same citizenry, and therefore their interests should be aligned to ensuring that the common mwananchi gets the services that they so rightfully desire from the judiciary. Mark?
Thank you very much, Brenda Wanga at the Supreme Court. Not too far from there, the Cabinet Secretary in charge of the Treasury and his health counterpart have signed a new agreement with the Global Fund for the financing of various health initiatives in the country. The grant from Global Fund will support interventions in the area of HIV, TB and malaria. And now the CS for Treasury, Henry Rotich, is speaking. Let's listen in.
International development. So they say having a healthy nation, you achieve a lot in terms of growth. So definitely there is a big benefit. I may not quantify their contribution, but these are people who are involved in all walks of life, working, contributing to the economy, and without this support, that those people would not would be vulnerable and probably would not have been contributed to the many activities that they are doing currently. So that is the beauty of this support, and that is the reason why we have put healthcare anyway as a key intervention, in addition to education, obviously. So having educated people, but also we must have healthy people to work. So that is the big thing, because to sustain the growth of the economy, healthy people is very, very critical, and that's the link with this support. On human resources, obviously it is a critical element. Of course, there is capacity building under this program, but both levels of government, particularly the county government, are first improving the terms for the medical workers currently, and of course taking up new where there are shortages. I think also the rate at which the training has also keep pace also with the demand. So this is something that I guess the ministry and the county governments are doing. So definitely it is an important thing. Human resources are key, and that is being addressed by getting more people to participate in this program. Unless the Minister of Education, Minister of Health, you want to add something on that?
Not quite. Yes, I think you have said it, that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. So we need to really take care of health. And in health, the big three are HIV,
The third question.
and malaria. And it's not quite useful in areas that matter, which have been identified. And I think once you really relieve our people of that burden, they'll be able, as our CS has said, be able to contribute the economy of this country. School absenteeism will be less, fishermen will go fishing, farmers will go. Yes, thank you, CS.
Thank you. The third question was directed to Global Fund.
Okay,
Thank
thank you. I think from the Global Fund perspective, I'll just repeat what or reiterate what was said earlier on. For example, the coverage rate of antiretroviral in this country, people in treatment is over 1 million currently, and that's significant. That's a great result for us. Treatment with malaria, as you mentioned, over 33 million nets was distributed. TB, there's access also. So that's directly impacting at the patient level. But I think when we look at the Global Fund and as a partnership, and if you said you want to, what is a positive, what results we get from the Global Fund, but from Kenya, I think we like to stress the strategic partnership. Because of the results in Kenya, the Global Fund is in a position to raise more money, the strong results, right? For example, at the Global Fund, we are a partnership and we have funders from both private and public sector. There's a private sector initiative by the name of RED that has so far raised over, I think it's over 400 million, right? $500 million US dollars. That has contributed to the Global Fund, and Kenya is actually, because of the results in Kenya, Kenya's results is actually pivotal to us achieving that, raising that sum. For example, a lot of the advocacy, a lot of the the relevant media work is done from Kenya's program. So we have evidence, and it's demonstrated evidence to our strategic partners that Kenya's results is robust and really supports the Global Fund strategically. Finally, I want to stress that I think this was mentioned earlier on, as a strategic partner, the civil society representative pointed out that it's critical for there to be strong commitment from the government and the non-state actors, one, in return of results, but two, in ensure that we utilize the money and access the money that the Global Fund provides. Kenya, because of your strong results, the strong commitment from the government and the non-government sector, the strong commitment from the government, particularly with respect to counterpart funding, Kenya is in a position to access all the monies, the full quota of the Global Fund money. And I want to stress here the importance of government funding and government counterpart funding. If you got, as most of you heard today, even the county governor, the civil society, and non-state actors point out, and the government, one of the real positive parts of the Global Fund is when we work together as strategic partners, delivering results, honor our commitments, the Global Fund, the donors, the government. What we've seen is what we celebrate today is that we were able to raise more money, and we were able to reach the access to reach the millions of people with treatment and improve access to services. So in a nutshell, I think that's what it is, and I think that's what I stressed earlier on. Kenya is a strong strategic part of the Global Fund because of the results, the leadership, the political commitment, etc. Thank you.
Thank you.
Remarks there by the Global Fund representative right after signing an agreement with the Treasury and Health Ministries. And this is an agreement to help support various health initiatives in HIV, TB and malaria initiatives and interventions. Of course, this runs from 2018 January to mid-2021. We'll have the highlights to that later on. To another function that's happening in the coast, the governor's annual meeting enters day 2 today in Diani, with the county chiefs expected to elect new officials to steer the Council of Governors. Peter Mwangangi, what can you tell us now?
Thank you, Mark Masai. Yes, indeed, 2 critical issues happening today. That is one of them, the election of Council of Governors officials. Remember, that function was still supposed to happen tomorrow, but it has been pushed to today, later on today, and we expect to see what will happen on that particular issue. And also from morning, governors have been receiving presentations on public finance management. And I just want to talk to the governor of Nakuru County, Likinyanjui, who is joining me now. We had the Commission on Revenue Authority saying that 25 governors, county governments did not collect as much revenue as they were supposed to have collected because of the electioneering period and the balance between raising taxes and then risking re-election. What is your recollection on that quickly?
Thank you. I think the first thing we noted is that due to the election March of early this year, there was a big conflict between enforcing collection regulations so that everybody is able to pay their licenses and all the fees that are due, and also governors who are seeking re-election and wanted sympathy from the same public. So as a result of that, revenue collection was compromised. And that is bound to affect our projects in the next financial year, because when you do not have enough funds to be able to deal with the projects that you have planned for in the previous budget, then it definitely affects the projects you can be able to undertake. And that is a concern that we are trying to look at. The other important thing is that the Commission of Revenue Allocation is critically looking at areas in which it can be able to incentivize counties to be able to come up with proper revenue collection mechanisms and also a way of retaining part of what they collect. And I believe this, together with many other issues that we are currently discussing, will help us to improve revenue and be able to deliver on our promises to the public.
And most importantly, also, we expect elections today. We understand that two people, that is the governor of Kwale County, Salim Vuria, and the governor of Turkana County, Josephat Nanok, will be standing for election. What can you tell us at this point? Is lobbying ongoing? What is happening?
Yes, I must say there is intense lobbying. There are different schools of thought. One team thinks we should go this way, the other one thinks, and that's really is politics. So that people are also able to articulate what they plan to do for us and so on and so forth. But I think key to this is the issue of competence and being able to deliver on the promise of devolution. And the Council of Governors is a very critical arm in ensuring that we are able to get the right policies, to lobby for resources, to lobby for certain legislative aspects that are necessary for the implementation of devolution, and so on and so forth. So I guess the important thing is that the lobbying is what you may call amicable. You know, people are talking well, others are talking this way or the other, but I must say it is amiable. The discussions are very good and productive, and I'm sure we'll be able to arrive. But also important to note is that when it comes to devolution, there is no devolution for Party A or for Party B. Really, devolution works for all of us the same, and we really want champions to be able to help us to move forward, and we believe the best candidate will win today.
And maybe my last quick question is that, of course, definitely politics for the National Super Alliance and the ruling Jubilee Party will play, but because this is a high-stake position, whoever wins stands to gain much politically and also regionally. What can you tell us? Should we expect some chaos maybe? What will happen?
I know, absolutely not. I don't think there'll be any chaos. To the best of my knowledge, people are rational, and I think already every governor has a county to deal with. These other additional jobs actually compromise your ability to deliver on your own. So I would not say necessarily that everybody is fighting for those jobs. Not quite. I think it's just an opportunity to serve the country at that particular level. And if you get it, fine. If you don't, you still have your county to be able to run. And I would really want to insist on matters that involve devolution. We cannot be able to bring party at every point. But definitely, at the end of it all, we want people who will be able to help us to champion devolution and ensure that we deliver on our promises to the people.
Thank you. And definitely, of course, you expect Jubilee to take the day?
I hope so.
Thank you, Governor of Nakuru, Lee Kinyanjui, talking to us about the expected.
Peter Mongangi there, just trying to get some details on what we can expect later on from the Governor's annual meeting at Diani. And yes, one of the highlights will be the voting in of the Council of Governors officials. And as we look forward to the team that will be voted in, there is new leadership at Kiru Tea Factory in Murang'a County. The Kenya Tea Development Agency, KTDA officials, and the shareholders of the society have today installed Sasini Limited CEO Stephen Githiga Maina as the new chairman. Githiga takes over the stewardship of the factory beset by wrangling from outgoing chairman lawyer Shege Kirundi, who was ousted a week ago. Githiga was quick to extend an olive branch to the rival team led by Kirundi so as to end the row that started in January following his appointment. Kirundi and his former vice chairman John Kariri boycotted the meeting where Githiga was handed the mantle, arguing that the meeting had not been approved by the board. Last month, Kirundi had convened a general meeting which Githiga and his ally Gakongo boycotted. The wrangles were escalated by 4 directors after they filed charges in court against the deposed chairman, protesting usage of photographs they had not consented to in the financial report.
As the new chairman, I've come in as the chairman for all the directors, for chairman of all the farmers. So I would not want to diverge too much into the past. What really I would want to encourage is for us to work together as a team with the other fellow directors. I embrace them, and I'm more than willing to see that we resolve whatever we have within the board. We resolve them internally, and so that we are able to do the best for these farmers and for these factory.
Sports now. World 1500 meters champion Elijah Manangoi and World 5000 meters champion Helen Obiri were crowned the AK Athletes of the Year. The duo beat a field of star-studded athletes to win the accolades, with IAAF World Under-18 champions Leonard Kipkemoi and Immaculate Chepkirui named the Young Male and Female Athletes of the Year.
World 1500 meters champion Elijah Manangoi and World 5000 meters champion Helen Obiri are this year's male and female athletes of the year after registering successful season this year.
Kipruto also won his third.
Manangoi set the fastest time in 1500 meters at the Monaco Diamond League meeting and flew the nation's flag high at the IAAF London World Championships by winning gold in the event. He beat world marathon champion Geoffrey Kirui and 3000 meters steeplechase champion Conseslus Kipruto to the coveted title.
I think next season I'm looking forward for the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast. And I'm preparing for Commonwealth in Australia, and I'm looking forward to come home again with a gold. I need that title of Commonwealth Games.
Manangoi also bagged the Middle Distance Athlete of the Year award.
Timothy Cheriot is known.
Aside from being named the best female athlete of the year, impressive Obiri also won the Long Distance Athlete of the Year award. Obiri's success this season was evident after winning silver at the Rio Olympics 5,000 meters, as well as winning the World 5,000 meters title in London, silencing her Ethiopian rival Almaz Ayana.
She broke the national 5,000 meters record in Rome in June.
So fenye nimeshinda mbili ya long distance na female athlete of the year, I think sasa inanipea challenge ya kwenda kutrain, so siendi kulala. So unataka kufanya vyema zaidi ndio watu waone at least ulikuwa na deserve. So I'm going to work extra hard to achieve more.
Other contenders in the Female Athlete of the Year crown were World 1500 meters champion Faith Chemngetich and World Marathon silver medalist Edna Kiplagat.
The winner is Leonard Kipkemoi.
2,000 meters steeplechase when he won.
2,000 meters steeplechase champion at the IAAF World Under-18 Championships Leonard Bett was recognized as the Young Male Athlete of the Year, beating World Under-18 1500 meters silver medalist George Manangoi and 10,000 meters walk race bronze medalist Dominic Dingiti to the crown.
Najifunza kuwa hii ni mwanzo tu, hii nimeanza tu kidogo na nataka nifanye vizuri na niendelee nifanye hata miaka mingi kama wao.
And the winner is Karen Chebet.
Karen Chebet!
World Under-18 2,000 meters steeplechase champion Karen Chebet won the female category, trouncing Jacqueline Wamboye and Immaculate Chepkirui. Marathoners Geoffrey Kirui and Edna Kiplagat won the male and female road running athletes of the year awards. Olympic 1500 meters gold medalist Faith Chemngetich won the middle distance athlete of the year.
Marathon in a time of 2 hours.
Mary Mora, World Under-18 400 meter silver medalist, was recognized for her great performance this season, taking home the AK President's Award. Kericho-based Japhet Kemei, who ventured in coaching in 2000, was named Coach of the Year ahead of Bernard Ouma and Barnabas Kitilit.
In 1994, in the world of athletics,
Kenya Secondary Schools Sports Association Chairman Kimutai Ngetich, who died earlier in the year in a road accident, was awarded posthumously the Athletics Kenya Golden Award for his exemplary contribution to athletics in Keringet region. Brian Otwal, NTV.
And from the sports, let's get some inspiration now. And I am privileged to have in studio Daniel Otieno Odongo. He is the founder of Nangayo Disability Group, and he has a great story to tell. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, sir. And I mean, your story is quite something. You were born blind, and to the age of 21, you managed life as a blind child. What happened for you to have regained your sight? I don't think you planted a seed at any church, a Nigerian church, to get this miracle.
No, I didn't.
What happened?
I went for a surgery, and the surgery was very successful because it was a competent doctor, Dr. Nyaga from Kikuyu Hospital. I had just some malaria, and then after doing the malaria medical, I was taken back to the ward for an eye surgery through the help of the clinician, Meredith Washira.
Right. Just tell me about the moment where you were blind till 21 and after the surgery you could see. How was it for you? How did you feel?
It was so great for me because one, when I was born blind, because of the separation in the family, it was so hard for me to cope with the situation. In fact, I was brought up by sisters from Mumias Convent, that the one who came to my rescue. Now that they've had a situation whereby the family are separated. Here, mom doesn't have a job, dad doesn't have a job, he's just a labor worker from the one sugar company which collapsed a long time ago. And that's how it came to my rescue, right. Sisters of Mary Mukumu.
What condition brought you, to that point where you couldn't see till 21? What was it?
Dislocation of lenses. In other words, you call them subluxated lenses. And after the surgery, I've had an opportunity to go to school. That's the university. I did the surgery when I was second year at Kenyatta University. Then here, after I was able to see, I went back at Skylink Aviation College to take a course in...
Hold on. You're going a bit too fast. Now you're actually doing flying school.
Yes.
You want to be a captain.
Yes.
How many months have you been doing this, and how long to go?
I've been there for the last 4 months.
Right.
And yet I'm only remaining with 1 month for flying practicals for 40 hours. Then I'll be done. I'll be having my PPL.
I mean, and he has his certificates here, just in case I doubted, because, journalists are skeptical. And he just brought his certificates just to prove that he did pass, and he has all the credentials here with us, and I can confirm the same. And this is B- for KCSE, and of course now his papers for Skylink, where you've done 4 months and you have a bit more to go. And I mean, for many children, there are those who don't have the opportunity that you had, perhaps the help that you got in the intervention at 21 years of age. There are many children out there, you're telling me, that are blind but actually can see.
Yeah, they can see. For sure they can see. That's why I went back to the Madare, where I was born. I've been doing an eye camp. This eye camp is about selecting and also choosing these students who are having a similar disability or condition, so that we are able to take them to Kikuyu Hospital for an eye surgery. Though the problem comes with finances, because for surgery an estimated is about 1.2 million for the 73 that we have already chosen. So we're looking for a way out on how you're going to assist them, at least also, if possible, they can also gain their sight back.
So what activities have you planned? I see you want to go back to the school that you actually studied in Madare to kind of give it a facelift and rebuild it. What else are you doing in terms of raising funds, and how can someone come in to help?
Yeah, we have our pay bill number. That's why we're asking Kenyans of goodwill that do not get to be hesitant on this kind of activity, because right now in Kiamaiko, things are not that good, especially that we have have a lot of political in the country. I wish that it was within my reach, at least to give them an opportunity to go back to school. We began this school back in 2014, but unfortunately because of funds we couldn't run. Right. By then I was still a student, but I have hope that people who could be watching us anywhere, or people be having an interest in it, kindly they can always donate on our pay bill number, that is 67 62 56, and the account number is I. At least we are able to get back to this community and tell them that though we had one point or the other to close this school because of finances, now we are here back to give you this light.
And there are many kids out there who have issues with their eyes and can actually get some help tomorrow morning. Tell us about that.
Tomorrow morning we are well prepared. We are going to get the number by this evening, and we are going to take them to Kikuyu Eye Hospital. Though we do not have sufficient funds, but we're also looking back to our country, leaders, especially from the President Uhuru Kenyatta and also the Nairobi governor. Most of these are residents from Nairobi. And therefore, the governor must also come in strongly to support the same idea.
And there's something I see that is noted here that is meant to happen at St. Daniel Komboni Catholic Church in Mathare from 9 a.m. tomorrow. What's this? Because the people who would stand to benefit from this.
Yeah, we're going to begin by thanking God because it's given me an opportunity to see. I'm celebrating my 5 years with my sight. And I'm also using a pen because I was born blind and I've been using brailles. At least people who could be coming there, they want to take photos, they want to see how I write. For sure, God has done a miracle to me. And I'm 100% sure, even those who are watching and they have a similar disability or a child with a similar disability, believe in God that is going to take over the situation.
Right.
Just have faith.
And so I really want you to give the details of how people can benefit from tomorrow's function at St. Daniel. What is happening there tomorrow?
We are doing the eye screening.
Okay.
After the eye screening,
free of charge.
Free of charge eye screening. Then you're going to issue out the eye drops. You're going to issue out the spectacles, and those referred cases, you're going to take them to Kikuyu Eye Hospital for surgeries. Okay. And we believe, I personally believe that, and the whole group, that they are going to regain their sight back. Yeah,
just speak to perhaps a parent who has a child with a similar disability, an eye problem or complication, and it's easy to, it is devastating in terms of feeling for the child and how they will be able to make it through the world, you know, but there was hope for you.
Yeah, there's hope for
me. Speak to that parent who probably is in that situation with the child.
I personally had lost hope in life. I knew nothing could be done. It was reversible. But I came to learn about this through a friend in Standard Church Marathon, the one that we held some times back.
Yes.
When they came in, at least to bail me out on the costs. For sure, donating an eye or giving sight back through a surgery is very expensive.
Right.
It was costing me about 300,000+. But now Standard Church came in, at least I was able to see. And that's why I'm also appealing to the Kenyans from where they are, the goodwill, the corporates. Let us come together. We partner together, have our stakeholders within this Nangai Disability and Consultancy, so at least we're able to reach as many as we can, also to regain sight.
Right.
Because as you go around the city, you're going to see so many beggars, and just in the course of next year, around February, we shall be also launching another thing, so at least we're able to remove them in the streets and tell them that you can have a better life than what you are having today.
Well, thank you very much, Daniel Otieno Odongo. He is 26 right now. 26-year-old, has been blind for 21 years of his life, but definitely got some help and intervention and managed to regain his sight through surgery, and now wants to give that chance to many other children, first from his area of birth and where he was raised in Mathare. And you can come in and you say the pay bill number is 675266.
6762
56. Beg your pardon. 676256 is a payable number that you can support. This is a great story. He's on his way to becoming a pilot. He's now doing aviation at Skylink. All the best to you, sir. And thank you for your inspiration. And you know you can help and can also benefit if you know someone who needs some free eye checks at St. Daniel Komboni Catholic Church in Mathare from 9 a.m. tomorrow. And on that note, we end NTV News at 1. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.